Hello and welcome back to Spurs this week. This week I'm joined by Bodie. How you doing, Bodie?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. You?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. I'm Toby, in case you didn't know, and this is a new thing we're going to be trying. It's called Spurs this week, and we're going to be recapping everything Spurs related that has happened from last Sunday to this Friday. So first we have Chelsea, the 0-0 draw with Spurs. What'd you make of that game?
Yeah, it was a tough game, but I mean, we didn't get any chances, but we defended extremely well, and they're considered the best attackers in the Premier League, which I don't agree with personally. I think Spurs' attack's better, but yeah, I mean, we defended superbly, and for a team that's considered the best attackers in the world, they really did not have a look in at all. Despite not winning, still it was one of the best defensive performances we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. This was actually the first time Spurs have kept a clean sheet away to Chelsea since 2012, and it just shows like the improvement in our defense just becomes so
Wow.
much better. But it's a tough game. We'll take the point though. We're still top of the table thanks to Liverpool's draw with Brighton, but that's its own controversy. That, yeah. But Mourinho has come under a lot of scrutiny for seemingly parking the bus. What'd you make of that?
I mean, I can understand why fans are frustrated. If you're the team playing against Tottenham and you're 1-0 down, based on how we've played this season, if you go 1-0 down against Spurs, it's practically over. So I can understand why they're frustrated. I think it's less the play style or more of just an excuse on why they wouldn't win. Like, Arsenal fans are human. They say they'd rather watch paint dry. I mean, it's not even the fact that the play style was bad. It's the fact that they were so frustrated that they knew after 1-0 they knew they weren't going to win, and then after 2-0 they just decided to just turn off the game and just watch some Arsenal fan TV instead. No, it's the best. I think it's the best play style in the Premier League. It could be a controversial opinion, but it's the most effective, and clearly you can see we're top of the table.
And we got Charlie from N17 Nation joining us late. How you doing, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah. Can you just explain what we're talking about?
Yeah, we're doing Spurs this week, so right now we're talking about the play style of the Chelsea game. But after the Chelsea game, someone quick to point out Mourinho's shortcomings were Roy Keane, and he said, you can see the quote, it's been up here for a while now, but I don't think those players he has in Spurs are good enough. Manchester City are stronger than Spurs. And I think that's just a bit ironic, like that we beat Man City 2-0 a week before this game.
Well, I mean, I agree with Roy Keane. I think City has got a better quality in players, but we definitely deserve to win. I mean, you can't deny that City, actually, if you look at their squad depth, probably as the best team on the planet when it comes to the actual quality, they just aren't performing. At the same time, that doesn't take away the quality of our win, obviously.
I think it shows the difference of, I mean, stereotypically you can look at Manchester City and say, it's the plastics, they don't have any heart, but like you look at the performances and right now they're kind of spineless. And it's the team like Spurs they have all the heart in the world and they're battling for every single point. But after the game against Chelsea, Sergio Reguilon, and then Roy Keane is really just a B-Tech Robbie Keane if you think about it. But after the game, Sergio Reguilon posted this on his Instagram with the caption, "When you tie at Stamford Bridge, when you're still leading the Premier League." I love this guy. He's just amazing.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's a funny caption. It's definitely one that will annoy all the Chelsea fans.
You have to love him.
Exactly.
I mean, how can you not love this guy? He's just people don't point out that he's actually really similar to Sonny. He always seems to be smiling.
Yeah.
And he's just a nice guy and a great player. So
I think Spurs have just had that effect on.
I mean, it's things like this that make me think, oh wait, he's not going to go back to Real Madrid even if they activate his clause. Doesn't mean I'm not nervous about it, but like still, I think he's just he seems so vested in everything that's going on at the club. But Jose Mourinho posted this after the game as well, or he didn't post anything, but he said, "We are not even in the race for the title, so we are not a horse. We are the small young horse, a pony."
I
Jose
think
Mourinho is just so funny too.
Oh, wait. Can I point something out? Wait. So
Go
this is
for it,
the
Charles.
exact same thing that Jose said when he was Chelsea manager. I think it was in 2013 or 12. And that season he won the Premier League as well. And it was also his second season at Chelsea, I think. And he said the same thing. And they went on to win it. So deja vu
Foreshadowing.
incoming.
I feel like the point he was trying to come across, like I feel like it'd be a complete coincidence if we did end up winning it this league after him saying that. But I feel like the point he was trying to prove is that, he knows we're a strong team. We've got strong core players, but we still need that extra push. I think what he's trying to say is, we still have room to grow.
Yeah.
So, give it another season or two with him, and we're definitely going to we're going to win the Premier League within the next 3 seasons.
I think so.
That's a fact.
I don't see why not. I mean, Jose Mourinho. I mean, you can't tell me. We've talked about this before, but you cannot tell me that Jose Mourinho, serial winner, he's won a trophy everywhere he's been, is looking at the table and he's thinking, "We're in first place, but we're not actually going for the title. There's no way we can't win the title." That's not something that a serial winner thinks. If that thought isn't going through Jose Mourinho's head, literally, he's only saying this, I think, to like subvert expectations. But he's just, I think he's going to win it with us. I don't see why not.
Or something else he could be saying is he could be saying maybe like that we're a smaller team because if we end up not winning the league, then it's like that sort of negativity to where it's like if you don't win anything, you're not upset about it instead of getting your hopes up. But if you do win it, then you're even more happy because you had low hopes. So I feel like that's something else he was saying with that, obviously giving himself belief that he can win it, but not saying that he will. So it makes him happier if he does win it, and it won't disappoint him as much if we don't.
Moving on, Mourinho at Marine was the call after Spurs drew the mighty Mariners, who play in the 8th division of English football, and Spurs, who obviously play in the top division. It is the biggest gap in the 3rd round of the FA Cup ever, to be between 2 sides.
If I don't see 20 now, I'm gonna be asking some serious questions.
Fun fact. On the side of the pitch, on the right side of the stadium, I think, since the houses are right next to the stadium, there are numbers on the side of the pitch, the numbers of the addresses of the houses, so the players know which house to knock on the door
to get the ball
get the ball out their yard. So that's hilarious. I mean, I just can't wait for this game. We won't be able to watch the game, sadly. It will not be televised on anything. That's how small Marine is. But I'm sure that the whole town of Marine, or whatever this is, I think it's in Merseyside, I'm sure they'll all gather outside the stadium, if not inside, and watch the game.
Or even in the houses next to the stadium.
I mean, some of these guys are like literally. I mean, this is not a professional team. We might as well be playing #United out there. It's literally. I could see us winning 20-30-0 if we played Kane, he'd score like 12 goals.
But then to kind of demonstrate what you were saying, like it's not a real big team. They weren't obviously expected to get this far. So after they won the game to put them into this round, their goalie left the dressing room to go buy beers to bring back. So there's a picture of him going out in his full kit to go buy beers to bring back to the dressing room. I just think it's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I mean, it's great. I think it's awesome. I mean, it'll be less cool if we don't end up winning, but for now it's great.
If we don't end up winning, I mean, how could we? It would be like, it would be crazy. I mean, it shouldn't be possible. It should, if we used our 3rd team, I mean, nothing should. Really.
Maybe Jedson will finally get some minutes, but
Yeah,
if he's not already back to Benfica. But moving on again, we got other news. Joe Hart posted this picture of him playing cricket of a cricket match on his TV with caption "Homework Amigo," and this is referring to when Sergio Reguilon posted this picture of himself with the caption "I don't get it," along with a video of the team playing cricket. So
another quality Reggie moment.
I think Reggie and Jose Mourinho are going to be carrying the series.
Yeah. I mean, I'm shocked that Reguilon didn't get another piece of pork after his quality performance against Chelsea, but yeah, I mean, I think Reguilon is.
I've heard that Reguilon is actually picking it up quite well. From an interview, I think with Hoybier maybe, he was saying that Reguilon was starting to pick it up, and he was doing better than some of the people who knew how to play now. But
yeah,
moving on again, this is a special one. We have Loan Watch. Oh, so first up we have Troy Parrott. He played 78 minutes in Millwall's 2-1 defeat to Blackburn, and this is last week. But since we didn't have one last week, I just wanted to include it. Gary Rowett, who's Millwall's manager, had this to say regarding Parrott. I thought he played well. He was bright. For an 18-year-old player to make his full league debut, he was excellent. He showed what great intelligence he's got. He's got really good vision. His link play was good. I'm
Can I say
excited
one
to see
more
this
thing?
guy. Go for it.
The Millwall manager also said that was a while ago, though. I mean, that was a few weeks after Parrott joined. He said, yes, he actually said this. Parrott is one of the best, if not the best finisher I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you know what? Honestly, I could definitely see something going on with Clara and Dean Scarlett up top for the future. Because I always thought, when I saw both of them, and I thought these are two fantastic talents. I mean, how are you going to get both of them to play? You know, whenever you have Harry Kane and Vinicius, how are both of them going to play? One of them's going to have to be out on loan. But then it just hit me. Because Vinicius, like, I feel like Parrott and Dane Scarlett, by the time they're both by the time Parrott's about 24 and Dane Scarlett will be about 21 or something, they'll probably have overtaken Harry Kane and Vinicius if Vinicius stays. And they'll be the new striker partnership, and they'll be one of the best in the world, I feel, based on just, their talent. Could be
something interesting to also
controversial, but I
note
genuinely think that.
Well, something also interesting to note is that Parrott has been playing kind of off the left-hand side of Millwall's front three. So you could almost see a new Son and Kane partnership forming where, well, I mean, this is far in the future, but Dane Scarlett may be playing striker for Spurs. Well, maybe not a left winger, but like playing just off the left. And so maybe we don't have a left winger. Maybe we have someone like Reguilon who can play kind of that full left side. And then maybe we get inverse of Sissoko who can kind of cover into that left back spot to play in midfield.
That's perfect though, because you see someone like Reguilon, that's literally Sessegnon.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. We have a lot of exciting academy players coming up. But moving on to the next one, you just mentioned Ryan Sessegnon. He played 90 minutes.
He started very well.
1-1 draw against Mainz, and he assisted his side's only goal.
And he was also named Hoffenheim's player of the month.
I was just going to move on to that. And he's now the second. Go for it.
He's also, I think, I'm pretty sure, I think I saw that he was also nominated for Bundesliga player of the month.
I don't think he'll win that, but that's great for him to be a nominee. Yeah. But he's now the second.
I think we're seeing a bit of a Reiss Nelson, a bit like when Reiss Nelson from Arsenal went to Hoffenheim. He had a great season, and and he came back to Arsenal. Isn't really performing. Hopefully, we'll see the opposite with Sessegnon. Have a great season at Hoffenheim and then come back even stronger. So
I mean that is the goal.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back, and then we won't have to see Ben Davis as the rotation player anymore. He'll probably be moved out next summer.
He'll be but probably to Burnley or something.
Sanchez.
Yeah. But Sessegnon is now the second of who I consider to be our three main loan players, being Sess, Skip, and Parrott, to win Player of the Month awards. And obviously Parrott hasn't won it yet, as he hasn't really he hasn't been playing consistently. He's had a few just niggling injuries, but hopefully he'll be fit for the rest of the season. But moving on to that last player, Skip. He played the full 90 in Norwich's 3-1 defeat to Luton Town, but he drew praise from the Canaries boss, Daniel Farke, and Farke said, "Now we almost take it for granted that he plays without mistakes, and he is solid, but I am full of praise for him." So, I mean, we have some really exciting youngsters. I mean, these three.
I must say, based on all of our talent, all of our youth, it's starting to shape up to being some sort of a 4-1-2-1-2 with wingers. You have Skip at the CDM, you have Dane Skull and Parrott as two strikers, you have Sessegnon coming as left back and left mid. You have Jack Clark that could play on the right or left side as well. We have so many young prospects.
Hold on, Jack Clark. You're forgetting we have players like Bergwijn and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
These players will only play
No,
like
no. Listen, Charlie. I'm thinking of the long term.
like in 5 years.
Yeah.
10.
Even in 5 years, Bergwijn will probably be hitting his prime. He'll be 29, but then we will have the option of Jack Clark coming in the side too, if these players are all still at the club. But yeah, like you're saying, we have them. We'll have I mess up his name, but it's Harvey White. There we go. He'll be also maybe breaking into the side. We could have a midfield of Skip and White.
You'll also find next season. You'll find next season, Sessegnon. I feel this is what I think is going to happen. I think in January we're gonna sell you're gonna sell Sanchez, bring a defender in summer. I think we're gonna sell Davies, integrate Sessegnon as the left back over Davies, and when Skip comes back, integrate him, and you'll find that Sessegnon and Skip will actually play a lot of Champions League games because realistically, based on how we've played, I could easily see us finishing Champions League. I'm not going to say we are because I don't want to jinx it, but I'm just saying in a case that we do, which is more likely than not, you'll see them get a lot of games if that's what is in Jose's plans, which I think it is because he rates them very highly, and he would have sent them back. He wouldn't have sent them on loan if he knew how great they could have been. Like you have Parrott, who he said is a great talent. He said Skip is a future captain, and he's also said how great of a prospect Sessegnon is. So you should have faith in Jose and have faith and just have trust in the system. And I think
we could even see Skip coming back next season and starting to take Sissoko's role in the starting 11. That's a long shot maybe, but seeing Skip come in and then maybe forming a partnership with Højbjerg on that back line, or the more likely situation is Skip plays as deputy to Højbjerg. Either way, we have some really exciting youngsters coming through. And unfortunately, a lot of our other youngsters didn't really play this week, so those are the only three that really did anything of note. Timothy Ayoma, here just to run through our other players out on loan are Timothy Ayoma, Shiloh Tracy, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Kazia Sterling, Josh Oluwayemi, and Jack Rolls. So we do have other players on loan. Some of them played, but they only played a few minutes, so I didn't include them. But these are, I think, our main three. And just a real quick, last three Spurs. Unfortunately, this also happened during the week. On the bright side, we did see a Bale goal. We saw a Dele goal. So if you want to draw any positives from that, there they are.
Yeah, the only positive I can really take from that's Dele, how he got the goal. That will really lift up his confidence. If he comes on, I'm not. To be honest, I'm surprised. I expected him to start against Arsenal. I genuinely thought it was going to happen, but after that goal, I think he'll have a lot of confidence. He's got a goal or assist every single game he's played for the past 2-3 weeks in the Europa League. So if he keeps on putting it up, I think Jose will definitely see him playing him some Premier League games. And if he does well enough, he could be on his way back to starting 11. It's a long shot. The exciting
thing for Dele and our rotation players is that we're heading into a really hectic period where we're going to be having midweek Premier League games. So Dombele, hopefully that isn't a serious thing that happened with Dombele, but Sissoko, Højbjerg, and Lo Celso can't play every single game. They can't play Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, Saturday, Tuesday, Sunday, or they can't play like that. So hopefully we'll be able to see Dele maybe be reintegrated into the side. Maybe Winks will be getting some minutes, but just things to consider. But that has been Spurs this week. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like, and thank you.
Subscribe and like, and thank you.
Oh no, we missed it.